Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Before we jump into today's video, make sure to subscribe, and now let's begin. British humor is quite different from American slang, and that became obvious during the Thursday, June 26th episode of Live with Kelly and Mark. Co-hosts Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos shared how they were completely thrown off by certain London expressions while visiting their daughter Lola overseas after she moved across the pond with her boyfriend, Cassius Kitson, more than a year ago. Mark and Kelly were reminded of the hilarious mix-up while discussing how June 26th marks National Chocolate Pudding Day. The Riverdale actor then handed his wife a bowl of chocolate pudding, and Kelly admitted it was definitely a celebration she could support. The pudding topic led Kelly to explain her confusing first experience with the word while dining out in England. In London, where their daughter now lives, pudding is a common word for dessert. They don't usually say dessert. Instead, servers ask, "Would you like pudding?" Kelly explained. She joked that she always enthusiastically responds, "Yes, please," only to be slightly disappointed when a slice of pie arrives instead of creamy pudding. Mark joined in with his own memory, recalling, "One time I said, 'It's not pudding, it's dessert,' and he goes, 'No, it's pudding, as he imitated the server with a strong British accent. Kelly followed suit, mimicking the waiter's tone while laughing. "You Americans, pudding means dessert. Why you call it dessert is a mystery to us." Even though Kelly and Mark have naturally missed their only daughter since she moved abroad, the parents of three are huge fans of Lola's boyfriend. "I love him," Kelly shared during the Wednesday, June 25th episode of her Let's Talk Off-Camera podcast. Kelly, who also shares sons Michael, 28, and Joaquin, 22, with Mark, continued, "I love his family. We're very close. His mother and I have many conversations about you," she teased, as Lola joined her on the episode. Lola has kept most details of her relationship off social media, but she offered listeners a rare look into how the couple first met. "We met while on vacation," the 24-year-old admitted, "but we really didn't like each other at first." She added that she often tells people the reason they rarely argue now is because they got all of that tension out of the way early on.
Kaz, who is originally from Switzerland, grew up vacationing on the same island. They didn't officially connect until a mutual friend introduced them while they were attending New York University. Lola believes their romance is the result of what she calls the invisible string theory, explaining, "We just had so many weird overlaps, people in common, and all of these little connections. Now we're almost 4 years in, which is kind of crazy." In American English, pudding usually brings to mind chocolate cups, creamy rice pudding, vanilla custard, or other silky desserts, often served in small plastic containers as convenient snacks. In Britain, however, pudding has a much broader meaning. Rooted in centuries of culinary tradition, pudding can refer to nearly all desserts, from sticky toffee pudding to a slice of Victoria sponge cake, apple pie, or chocolate mousse. To Americans expecting a bowl of smooth chocolate pudding, but receiving a lemon tart instead, it can feel like culinary false advertising. But in the UK, it's simply polite dining language. One word covers everything. The British use of pudding dates back to medieval times, when both sweet and savory dishes were boiled or steamed in casings. Early puddings, including black pudding, suet-based meals, and hearty meat preparations, appeared as far back as the 14th century. As sugar became more common in the 17th and 18th centuries, sweet puddings like jam roly-poly and bread and butter pudding became popular. And since these dishes were typically served last, pudding evolved into a standard word for dessert. So on June 26th, National Chocolate Pudding Day, Kelly and Mark had the perfect excuse to share their London language mix-up. Mark presented Kelly with a rich bowl of chocolate pudding, and she gleefully admitted it was definitely a holiday she could fully support. Their trip overseas seemed smooth and memorable. A true blend of puddings, pies, and puzzled Americans. Mark gestured dramatically, as if confronting a stern London maitre d', sending Kelly into fits of laughter. His passionate impression perfectly highlighted the cultural divide between America's love of specific dessert names and the UK's single, all-inclusive term. Not to be outdone, Kelly slipped into character as a slightly annoyed British waiter, raising her eyebrows and sharpening her tone. Her light-hearted imitation showcased not only her sharp comedic timing, but also a loving awareness of how easily familiar words can mean entirely different things across countries. More than a year has passed since Lola Consolos made her big move abroad, and clearly the stories, laughs, and puddings keep rolling in.